Welcome to Milan Recording Studios. My name is James Pavel Shakras, and in today's video I wanted to perform another song for you guys, and this time I'm going to be doing a piano solo cover of Señorita by Shawn Mendes and Cabello. Camila Cabello. Why do I keep putting an O in her first name? That's not there. Camila Cabello. That's it. So I'm going to be playing that song for you guys, and the original song doesn't have any piano in it, so I thought it would be an interesting challenge to see how a song like that would transfer to the piano, and I thought it came out rather interesting. One thing I found really interesting about the song, I say interesting a lot, don't I, is that the song is actually in a minor key, but yet the song doesn't have a sad kind of a sound, so I found that really interesting when I was learning the song. I realized that the main chord, the home chord of the song is A minor, but yet the song manages to still sound bouncy and happy, so I find that really interesting. A while back I made a mention in one of my videos that songs in minor keys always sound sad, and a couple of people said no, they necessarily don't, and this song is a great proof for you guys that who said that minor songs don't always sound sad. This here definitely backs you guys up. Minor songs don't always sound sad. This one actually sounds quite happy and bouncy, and part of the reason it sounds extra bouncy now is because I added in a fun little bass line chord progression. It's the same chord progression in the same key as the original, but I did make it rather bouncy, bouncing from the bass up to the tenor, mid-range of the piano, and then back down to the bass. So it's kind of fun to listen to. It's kind of fun to play. I hope you guys enjoy hearing my cover of Señorita. Let's check it out. So that was my rendition of Señorita by Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello. I said her name right this time. So I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the small minor changes to the song that I made. I did this in the last cover that I did, and people seemed to enjoy it, so I figured that I would talk a little bit after the song about some of the small, minor, tiny tweaks that I made to the song to make it a little bit more exciting, because the chord progression in the song is really rather simple. We've got an A minor chord, which then goes to a C major 7, and then I believe after that it would then go to the F major 7, then after that it goes to an E minor 7, the E minor 7, and then after that it goes to G major. For a little moment you could really just keep playing E there and you really wouldn't know, it's practically a passing tone, but then after the G it then returns back to the A minor again. So that's the chord progression, and it's really rather simple, and so if I played it basically exactly the way they did, it would probably be a little bit boring. In the original song, there's a lot of different instruments going on at once and some fun vocal work, but on the piano, if I had played it just straight, I think it might have come out a little bit boring. Let's just see how that would be. You know, there's not a whole lot of motion going on there, so I wanted to add some motion to the song. So the two things I did was I added in that bouncy left hand, where it bounces from the root note up to the chord itself. And then I added in the major 7 there. And then, yeah. So that is what I did to kind of add in some motion. And the other thing I'm sure you could probably tell is all of the little grace notes and just little additions I made to the melody line. Basically what I'm doing there is kind of like a fusion between like a grace note and like a blues slide. A lot of the time in blues music, you slide off of the blue note like that, and so it's the same effect of a grace note, but you achieve it by sliding. In the melody here of Señorita, what I did is I kind of combined that. So I did like a grace note here, and then I slid off of the B flat to the B, and then up to the C, like a grace note. So it kind of just turns into a chain of really quick notes. And I don't do it every time I go up to that note, but some of the times I do, and it just adds a little bit more interest and excitement. I thought it worked out pretty well. So that was one of the things I changed. Also, as the song progressed, I added in some lower bass notes to the jump down in the octave, because if I kept doing the exact same thing, I think it might have gotten a little bit tiring, so I added in some extra low bass notes from time to time. Not too much to be overpowering, but just a little bit to hopefully make it sound a little more interesting. And also, in the verse of the song, I abandoned the bouncy bass line, and I went to a more mellow chord progression. Kind of like I played at the beginning of the song to show how boring the song would have been if I didn't put the bouncy bass line in. But if I had done the bouncy bass line throughout the whole thing, it also might have gotten kind of repetitive, so I decided to change it up in the verse. Again, more grace notes. To kind of slow it down, change things up a little bit, and then when I went back into the chorus, I'd go back to the bouncy bass line again. And that, I think, is about all of the changes I made to the song. At the beginning and the end of the song, I moved the melody up an octave higher because it's the same exact melody as the vocal line saying it, and if I did it in the same octave, it would get too repetitive, so I moved it up an octave to keep it a little bit more interesting. But those are about all the changes that I made to the song. I did learn it by ear. I just listened to the recording a few times and figured out what the chords were and what the melody was. And those are about all the changes that I made to the song, so I really hope that you guys enjoyed hearing it. If you did, let me know down in the comments of the video what you thought of the song, and also if you liked me showing you guys the small changes I made to the song. You guys seemed to like it last time, so I decided to show you guys again the small tweaks I made. If you liked accept that, let me know down in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, you might want to go check out my channel. I've got lots of cool videos of pianos, keyboards, organs, and all kinds of other neat keyboard instruments. If you like review type of videos, those might be the thing for you. And if you like covers, well, I've been doing quite a few as of late, and I'm working on doing quite a few more. So if that sounds cool, you might want to think about subscribing, and if you do that, thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.